Hey, thanks so much for jumping in and watching this quick educational video. I'm sure you're gonna love this training. It's from Your Maryland Lifestyle. It's your guy Solomon Gill here. Now, if you followed us for a while, or you've seen some of my other stuff, you know I'm always giving helpful information. Okay, we're dropping gems and we're busting myths, right? And when it comes to the home purchase process, I think you're gonna find that this video here will be the most helpful thing you have ever seen when it comes to real estate and the possibility of buying a home. Okay, now if you consider buying a home here recently, you're obviously in no hurry, right? You've got to make sure it's the right fit and everything lines up correctly for you and your family, right? Well, in this quick video, listen, you got to understand, I'm serious right now. I got my drill sergeant green on, so I'm ready to go, and I'm going to show you the right way to do it, and more importantly, the wrong way to do it, so you don't have any of those pitfalls that come up along the way, all right? There's going to be instances where you can take advantage of some of the best opportunities out there in real estate, and you'll certainly learn some things here that you had no idea existed in the real estate business, okay? So this, I'm telling you, is going to be a very brief educational video for you, but my promise to you, as always, is there's absolutely nothing for sale. So, get that out of your mind, put your credit cards away, drop that wall, just take some notes and get ready. None of that's going to be needed here, all right? However, at the end of this video, I've also got an awesome bonus for you, completely free of charge, that will help you and your family with your home search right there in your local market, okay? So I think you'll find it incredibly helpful. So, there's really three big opportunities when it comes to purchasing a home. And right now, you might be in that position where you're thinking, we kind of want to buy a house, or I'm tired of paying rent. I'm tired of throwing that money away. I'm not seeing the benefit there. Or life has happened and it's time to move, right? Or maybe, you're just in a home that no longer fits your needs. You need a larger home or a smaller home or a better neighborhood. But we're not really sure if we want to make that purchase or not, right? You're still straddling the fence. Well, I think you'll find that as you educate yourself on the big opportunities in real estate, and more importantly, how to make sure you don't run into any of those pitfalls, right? You have a professional helping you along the way, always a bonus. You're going to feel a lot better about getting into home ownership, the American dream of home ownership. It is still very real. It's a very real thing, and there's a push to make us all renters, and we need to fight back by purchasing homes, okay? So really, there's three big opportunities for you to consider as you're going through that home buying process, and I want to break those down for you. Okay, essentially, number one is going to be, no matter where you are in the process, buyer or seller, is going to be the search for the house, right? So what you're doing when it comes to searching for a home, if we're looking on Zillow or Realtor.com, or wherever, there's a good chance you're not going to buy a house. Sorry, I have to break it to you, right? As a matter of fact, it's because you're looking through all of the overpriced pick-through houses, okay? All of the professionals have already passed on them. Why would you buy that? All of the savvy home buyers have already seen them, okay? If they haven't, been snatched up yet, then they go on that open market. Then you finally see them. And that's probably creating a ton of frustration for you because there's nothing that's working for you, right? If you looked around, you're not finding very many good homes for the type of money that you're willing to spend, right? You'll pay for the house. It's just got to be the right house. So searching for the home is one of the big opportunities if you search for it the right way, okay? So I'm going to show you in this quick video some opportunities where you can get a hold of homes before they hit the open market, right? And that will be very helpful for you and your family, to pick and choose through these I like to call them perfect properties before you have to look at all the overpriced stuff or keep bumping your head against the real estate market, okay? So we'll talk a little bit about that. Opportunity number two lies in your financing. What type of financing are you considering? What kind of mortgage do you need? What kind of mortgage are you considering for your home, right? Unfortunately, a lot of home buyers, especially my first-time home buyers, love you guys, love helping you guys, but they think it's best to go to their bank, right? And that's because that's where they've had, finances in the past, a checking account, a savings account. That most likely isn't the best idea, though, because as a matter of fact, if you have, again, a professional realtor that's helping you in your local market, they may have a network of lenders that they already send their clients to get pre-approved. So those lenders in turn give them some special deals, right? So, you can save a lot of money on closing costs. You can save a lot of money on terms. The terms are going to be much better when it comes to interest rate. And more importantly, many times they have, prearranged financing options, financing packages that they can fit you right into, and they fit, they will fit for your individual situation. They've seen every individual situation. You are unique. Your situation probably isn't, right? So first and foremost, what I want, you to know is about, how you're doing on your credit. We'll talk a little bit about that, and then what kind of financing will be best for you. So that would be opportunity number 2. Number 1 is the search for the home. Number 2 is the type of financing you secure. Okay, so and number 3 comes down to the negotiations that you have in place, right? Obviously, you need a professional negotiator to help you as well, right? It doesn't always have as much to do with the price as it has to do with the terms, because that establishes costs, right? So terms are just as important as price. So if you're fine and you do have a professional helping you with all that, you're good to go. All 3 of those opportunities can save you a lot of money, and more importantly, make the home buying process a breeze. Okay, it's going to be stressful. You need to take as much stress out of it as you can. So let's talk a little bit first about your credit. Obviously, that's the number 1 key factor for lenders when it comes to giving you a mortgage, right? They want to see your credit. They want to know a little bit about, what your history looks like. One of the things that, we always recommend is just go ahead if you haven't already. A lot of people already have, but go ahead and set up, one of those free credit services. Set up an account with them, like creditkarma.com. If you go to creditkarma.com, you can set up an account, and they'll give you, an overview and an approximate credit score that you have in place, and it's totally free. They won't charge, or they won't ask you for any money or for any reason. Now, you might say, why would they do that? Why would they give you my credit score for free? And it's because they're going to recommend, based on your credit, they're going to recommend, certain services, credit cards, credit repair, loans, and things like that. And of course, they get some type of referral fee or kickback on it. Okay, so don't ever, buy any of that stuff or apply for any of the stuff there. You don't really need them. A good realtor can help you with that. But another thing for you to keep in mind is that it will give you tips on how to improve your credit, right? If let's say they'll say if you pay $47 more here, it'll make this much of a difference. If you pay $50 more on this loan, it'll make this much of a difference, right? Things like that. So now we have found that all over the United States, Credit Karma scores are usually a little suppressed. And what I mean is that your actual score might be a little bit better than what they show you, and they suppress it, or they've got it a little lower, probably so that, you'll use some of their credit services, right? And that's just, the truth. So hopefully you'll apply for a credit card, or you'll use some credit repair or a loan, you know what I mean? And generally what we find when it comes to a mortgage, depending on, what type of mortgage you're looking for, all you really need is a 60 credit score or higher. Actually, honestly, a 640 credit score or higher will get it done. And I know tons of lenders who can help you out at 620 or higher. So it's worth checking out, because again, Credit Karma or any of those other credit scores, they might have your score a little higher or a little lower than what your score actually is. And again, a professional real estate agent can help you do some quick changes that can help you boost your score pretty quickly, and the simple stuff people don't even think about. So the moral of the story there is, if your credit score shows 620 to 640 or higher, right now is the time to go ahead and get started with your home buying process, right? And just see what's going to be the best fit for you. You don't have to go buy a home tomorrow, but you do need to go ahead and see what's the best fit, because you're going to need a loan. So check that out. If you don't have that, creditkarma.com account or any of the free credit sites, just go and set up an account, and you'll find that incredibly helpful. You can track some things. It will work out for you, right? So get that going right away, so you can make those large purchases. I mean, whether it's a car or a house or whatever it is, you want to make sure you're credit worthy when those lenders are checking you out. So again, very, very important that you do that. Okay. The next thing I want you to think about is, what we call a perfect home finder program or a perfect home finder service, right? So whatever home you're looking to move to, you want it to be your perfect home, right? It's got to check the boxes. So you want it to be that fit that you have for right now for your family. Not, oh, after we do this, the house will be great. It's got to be exactly what you're looking for. You know, if you need a fenced yard, if you need a really good school district, if you need any individual amenities, maybe you work from home, so a home office, a virtual classroom, more outdoor entertaining space for staycations or whatever it is you're looking for, you don't want to settle for what's available on the open market, right? You know, nothing's more frustrating than saying these are, these 6 things I absolutely have to have in my next home. And you can only find the homes that meet maybe 3 or 4 of those things, right? And when you do go to look, you're settling on buying a home. That's a bad idea, because this is the most important purchase you'll ever make, right? So even if it's your second one, it's still just as important. So if you wish to, if you get that wish list together and you're working with a real estate agent who has what they call a perfect home finder program, you'll find that they can actually go out, spend their own money in marketing so they can find unlisted homes that match your exact criteria. Okay, how cool is that? So as an example, let's say you want to live in Lake Linganore at Eagle Head, a super desirable neighborhood, not putting down any of the other neighborhoods, right? But they can do some marketing there to say, hey, we have a buyer that's actively looking, and they'll find unlisted homeowners that say, hey, we've been thinking about selling and we might put our home on the market, but if your buyer is interested, they can take a look before we put it on the open market. And then we jump in and we negotiate and we make sure it never hits the open market, because it's a win-win situation. All terms meet, right? So what you'll find is if you have a really good, competent realtor that is, competent in that target marketing side of things that gets forgotten about a lot, they can spend their own money to go out and find the perfect properties for you. Now, the advantage with that is if it's a good neighborhood or a good school district or in an area that's, highly desirable, you might get, 6 or 7 properties that nobody else knows is for sale. So it's important, to make sure that it's important to make sure that the real estate agent that you use has what's called a perfect home finder program, okay? And if they do, they also need to understand target marketing side and explain to you how they're going to deploy that effectively, right? So just as sure as you can write down anything you want in a home, they can find matches for you, with unlisted houses. So you're not stuck looking through those homes that everyone else has already seen. They're all competing over, they've already picked through, right? So I'm sure you've noticed that if you're checking out homes for a little while and you finally find one that seems like, a good fit for you, you go to get a little more information a couple hours later and they've already had 5 offers or it's already under contract. You go back on Zillow and now it's sold. And that's because you're competing with all the other buyers, right? So let's stop doing that, right? To negotiate the right way, to make sure you're taking advantage of opportunity number 1, which is the searching process, you want to now utilize a real estate agent that works with a perfect home finder program, okay? Where they're going to go out and invest their own marketing dollars to find you that perfect house, right? I keep saying that, but that's what people want, right? Now, the good news here is if you're following us, speaking of that target marketing, if you follow us or you're watching on, YouTube or Facebook, or you got a special link or whatever, it's because you're in an area where my team and I already specialize, okay? And we work with the perfect home finder program. So as we get towards the end of this video, just keep that in mind so you can start looking at better quality homes, all right? That's what matters, right? So you're not going to be stuck looking at the overpriced online crap. We're not doing that anymore, right? So what we'll do is my team, we'll start with a quick messenger chat or phone conversation, and we'll get what you're looking at, what your timing's like. Would you make a move now if it's an absolute perfect house, or you got the right offer on your house, or you're more 3 to 6 months down the road? We need to know that information so that we can do the best job in finding the perfect house for you and your family, okay? So what will happen is that we'll then move to the next step, and that's getting you RWA certified. We want to show to prospective sellers that you are ready, willing, and able buyer, right? So what that means is we're going to make sure you are pre-approved for a mortgage. We're not going to guess on the amount. We're not going to put it in Rocket Mortgage and say this is how much you get. We're going to get the real thing, and we'll get you in touch with the right types of lenders. And I think my lenders are saving people $2,000 to $5,000 right out of the gate before they even talk about the actual loan, right? So we can talk about that. Also, we'll make sure you have a home to sell that everything looks good on. Terms look good. Everything's in good order. The timeline's right. The seller will already understand, if you have a home to sell. So you can, then present that during the offer and negotiation. This can save you thousands of dollars because you can show you are a ready, willing, and able buyer. We will help you with that as well. It's crucial to your negotiations. It really is, right? If you're just calling random houses for sale, or even worse, calling the listing agent, you won't get treated very well. They're not going to look at you as a serious buyer. They're going to treat you like a tire kicker or a commodity. And the fact is, again, you're looking at all the overpriced stuff anyway, okay? So there's no sense in going that route, all right? They've already sat down and said, we only want this amount, and they're not giving it to you. So, of course, a buyer agent representative fee costs you nothing as well, okay? It all comes out of the proceeds of sale, the seller's expenses, okay? So having someone represent you costs you absolutely nothing, so you can go ahead and get rid of that problem too. The bad news about that is when you do go to sell your home, yes, you do have to pay the whole commission. But right now you're the home buyer, which means you should utilize a real estate agent, to represent, just your best interest. That's really it, right? They are your fiduciary. They're your knight in shining armor, okay? Most importantly, make sure they are good at marketing and negotiations, okay? They'll find you the best homes and then get it under the best terms for you as well, okay? Listen, the home buying process is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a journey, but there are dangers to trying to do it on your own, all right? Once, I know you have tons of information at your disposal, but once you're under contract, you need a realtor, that's going to negotiate terms that make sense for you, okay? There's going to be a need for contingencies in there to protect you and your family's best interests. Your realtor is going to really be able to knock that out. One of those contingencies is going to be getting you that whole home inspection. We're not waiving that, okay? So you need to have a professional home inspector come in there and check out absolutely everything from top to bottom and give you, that laundry list of all the things that need to be adjusted or fixed or keep an eye on. And if you negotiate it correctly, like I said, if your real estate agent is representing you to the fullest in the right way, they're going to negotiate for the seller to fix any of those issues, right? Or we're out of there, right? Usually we're looking for mechanical or structural issues. And if any of those issues, if any of those issues come up, that way we'll then take it back to the negotiating table because we want to make sure that the home you're purchasing is in good shape and fits your family's needs, right? You don't want a home with a bunch of surprises, right? No problems, okay? So let's get a professional in there to check it out on your behalf and make sure it's a good fit, right? It's not a lemon, all right? So no different than if you're buying a car, speaking of lemons, right? You just want to avoid any immediate or future issues. So getting that home inspection is crucial, right? You would take your mechanic friend or a mechanic with you to buy a car. So let's check the house out. They'll even check for wood eating insects and that type of thing, as well as just make sure it's a good purchase for you, right? So you don't want to run into any issues and you don't want to buy a problem, right? You want to buy a great home for you and a great home for your family's needs and be able to live there happily for many years to come, right? So once you understand this process and how it works, once you understand the timing, which is super important, as a matter of fact, we should talk, a little bit about timing here. It is appropriate to start the process now if you're looking to purchase within the next 3 to 6 months, right? Even if you're looking to purchase it within the next year. So a lot of people would say, oh, I'm not going to be buying for another 4 or 6 months, so I should wait. That's a bad idea to go about it because number one, it's going to put you in too much of a rush when you do finally decide to get out of the starting blocks, okay? You may get stuck with something you don't want or stuck with whatever's the best thing on the market at the particular time, right? So timing is everything. You want to get the process started early so you can always, because whatever you find, you can negotiate possession, you can negotiate closing date, you can always work that out. Everything is negotiable in the contract. So, but I'd rather you start early than start late. So if you're going to, be looking to purchase in the next 3 to 6 months, today is the day. At least get the process started. Get started looking at how it's going to work. Get a representative to help you out. Like I said, it's free. And get someone to help you move along in that process at a pace that makes sense for you. They don't have to rush you. So a lot of it comes down to just getting that education to begin with. Hope you got some here, right? And get that education, that knowledge you need so you can make an educated choice on when's the best time for you to make that decision, right? It may be now, it may be a few months from now, but you definitely want to get the process started right now. So it's crucial for you to know how everything works, right? Get yourself to RWA status, right? We already know how to search. Get yourself to RWA status. Make sure you're searching the right way. Utilize a perfect home finder program so that you can find the best properties at your own pace. But also make sure it does make sense for you and your family's needs, right? Don't just buy anything, okay? Inevitably, you probably got lots of questions, and when I would assume you do, right? Being such a big purchase, you want to have a professional on your side, okay? Now, one of the advantages with that is that when you have a buyer representative, a real estate agent that's helping you, like I said, your knight in shining armor, not only can they do a good job at negotiations, at finding unlisted homes, they'll you're never going to find homes any other way, but they'll also help you with, for sale by owner homes, new construction. You might be in an area where there's tons of new construction. I know I am. So you certainly don't want to go into new construction and deal with their salesmen, right? You need a representative because there's an awful lot that can be hidden behind, can be hidden behind a sheet of drywall, right? And I think you'll agree with that. So, you want someone on your side. And again, that's already built in for you, right? You don't save money or lose money on the purchase price by having a representative on any house. Trust me. So you're much better off, to go ahead and use a representative while one's available to you. So I'd encourage you to do that now. Start thinking about, what you want in a home. Do you have a list of needs? And do you have a list of wants? Because we want to try to match that up as much as we can. And that's what your home needs to have, right? We got to get you everything that you need in the house, right? But maybe we can get, some of those, it would be nice to have. Wouldn't it be great? Ooh, one of those over on that list and to the property as well. So, it might be a good fit, that you just can't pass up. So if you find the perfect house at the perfect price, under the perfect terms, you would be crazy not to take advantage of it. We're talking about, something for you and your family. So what you want to do is, again, make sure you're working with an agent who understands negotiations, understands target marketing, and more importantly, they can get you that access to those perfect match properties, that perfect home finder program. Okay, that program can get you perfect match properties. And if you have a particular neighborhood, or school district, or type of home, maybe you're looking for a niche property, right? Is it on acreage? Or a golf course or a waterfront home? They can actually help you with finding unlisted homes so that you're not the only buyer that knows they're for sale. Okay? So you are the only buyer that knows this for sale. I'm so sorry, I'm scrambled. So I would encourage you to make sure, if you have that list together, then you go ahead and get a realtor representing you, get yourself to RWA status, and then start the search process the right way with absolutely no hurry whatsoever, right? You may look at homes for months, but it's wise to look at the right houses so you can make a good choice. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to be frustrated with the process and go right back to not being happy with where you currently live, okay? So it's up to you to take action, right? You can watch this video, I can scream in your face all day, but you gotta take action. So the big bonus I have for you, by the way, again, is that if you're watching this, it means that, with the benefits of direct marketing, target marketing, we've actually marketed to you because you're in an area where there's one specific agent that understands the perfect home finder, that understands RWA certification, and that can get you access to unlisted homes. And it's never going to be pushy with you. And if you take 30 days to find a house, great. If it takes you 30 months to find a house, no problem. If you have a home to sell, we list it at top dollar, but not until we find you the right home, okay? So I'm certified in this approach, and I do an extremely good job, and I'd love to, be in contact with you. So if you click the button below there anywhere, what will happen is, you'll give us a little contact information and the area you're most interested in, and I will, not someone from my team. I usually have someone, running these things and these campaigns because I'm spreading my content all over the place. Like I said, I'm more of a marketing specialist, but exclusively for those watching right now, I will have a free consultation with you. Okay, there's absolutely no commitment. You're not committing to even meeting with me. You're not committing to buying a house. You're not committing to me selling your house. You're not even committing to working with anyone exclusively, right? I just want to continue with helping you along the way, right? It's more important to me. It's about growing a great reputation for showing that I'm sincere about growing your confidence in the real estate market and buying a home, and make sure you're buying the right type of properties. Okay, so tons of agents are here to represent you. But you get to work with a local specialist. Okay, so let's at least have a conversation set so that you can continue in that process the right way. And I've always felt that building trust with home buyers is crucial. Building trust with homeowners is crucial. You need to know who's on your side of the fence, who's on your team, and you need to feel very confident when your family is making such a big investment. So if you click the button below, just fill out the information, or message me directly. This is the one opportunity for you to have just one quick conversation, and we'll set up a time that makes sense. It'll be 10 or 15 minute convo, and I'll show you a little bit more about how I can help you with your individual needs. So, I just want to find out a little bit about your wants and your needs that you do have. See where you are in the process. You may need a little bit of credit repair, or your credit may be perfect right now and you're ready to just go. You may be like Solomon, okay, sold, find me a house. So regardless, if you're an all cash home buyer or if you're looking to get a mortgage, my team and I will make sure we fit you into the right process, and at least give you some professional advice that will help you along the way. Okay, there aren't many realtors doing real estate this way, so there's going to be some things that you're like, I've never even heard of that when we speak. You know what I mean? But quite literally, there aren't really that are marketing specialists like me. I'm a marketing specialist that's required to have a license, and I'm fairly positive that what I'm offering, I'm the only one offering it without any commitment. So in short, this is an exclusive offer I've opened up for availability. So listen, your next agent needs the right personality, needs the right knowledge, and most importantly, needs the right process. I'm not going to sit you in front of your computer and make you do it yourself. Okay, so hopefully you watched tons of helpful educational content with us here. Hopefully it's been incredibly helpful, but now it's time to get serious about your home buying process, okay? You don't want to leave opportunities on the table, okay? You don't want to leave any stone unturned. This is your chance to gain access to unlisted homes that no one knows is for sale. And more importantly, get them under the terms that make the most sense for you and your family's needs. We only create win-win situations, okay? So hopefully, that's been super helpful for you, and you've learned a lot, okay? So click the button below. Let's get in contact. Again, I'm a local agent, so no worries there. Just a quick conversation. You'll find it to be incredibly helpful and educational for you. Again, never anything for sale. If we find a great purchase opportunity for you, no problem. But we're not selling you anything unless you find the perfect home, okay? So click the button below. We'd love to help you out here. Like I said, let's have a quick conversation. Let's see if we can find the perfect house for you and your family, all right? I guarantee you this is the easiest, best way to find a home. I think if you even look on the page, you can just fill something out. If you don't want to talk to me, you have a busy schedule, like I said, you can just fill something out. Fill that out. It's the same questions my team would collect. I always like to make sure, people have, all the ways to access this program. So that's why I do it that way. If you don't see a link, no worries. Just hit the learn more, or the message now, DM me or comment, okay? So thanks for checking out Your Maryland Lifestyle, and we'll talk to you very soon.